Bismillahirrahmanirrahim class. Assalamu alaikum. Today we will discuss about the word formation process under the heading of the module morphology. As we have earlier discussed in our previous lectures and previous classes uh, about the nature of the morphology, the definitions of the morphology, what is morphology. It is the internal structure, study of the internal structure of the words, means how they are combined. After that, we have discussed about the process of affixation or the nature of the affixes, what are the affixes, and what is the process of the affixation. So affixes are the actually words which are put it in at the initial side of the word free with the free morpheme, or the at the end of the lexical root or the stem, or the main or base form of the word. So when we discuss about the free morpheme, base morpheme, or the stem, or the root word, it means that there are few words which can exist on their own and they are known as the free morpheme. So it is the process of the fixation. After discussing that the process of the fixation, we have discussed about that about the free morpheme and the process of the bound morpheme, and the umbrella term. Bound morpheme is the umbrella term in because it is the it describe, or it is the definition, or it is the representation of the inflectional morphology and the derivational morphology. What is inflectional morphology? It links about the time framework, means present, past, or future, or sometime. It discussed less in future, but it describes the continuous process of the continuity of the task, continuous process of an activity. It discussed about, or it glimpse about the present time, or the future, or the past time. It never changed the class of the word, but it tells about us the singularity, about the plurality, and about the time framework. It discussed the nature of the aspect or the mode of the time. It means what the speaker is talking in progressive form, or in present form, or in the past form. So in the heading of the bound morpheme, there is another type of the bound morpheme. It is known as the derivational morphology. Derivational morphology is such kind of a morphology or morphemes which change the class of the word. Means it change a noun into form by giving the image or impact of the verb, and sometimes an adjective change into a noun or into an adverb. So wherever we find the change in the class or in the grammatical function of the word, it is derivational morphology. The crucial difference between the inflectional morphology and the derivational morphology, that derivational morphology changes the class of the word, but inflectional morphology does not change the class of the word. So today will discuss about the process, means how words are formed, how words are originated, how words are combined. So first of all, we have a scholar definition about the word formation process. So word formation process in English morphology, or in any morphology, means any language morphology, plays an important role in the explanation or in the understanding of how different words, how different lexemes, how different expressions are organized, are designed, are formed, are created by observing definite or certain morphological rules. For instance, if we analyze or if we observe the word unbearable, so from where it comes, it originates from the word bear. Bear means bardasht karna, to tolerate. It is a verb. So again, there is a noun, happy to happiness. Clear? From teacher to teach to teacher. So these are the words, means which are originated from its root word, from its base form. Or now we have to see that why a teacher is originated from the word teach. It is the derivation, means teach is the name of the task, or is the name of an activity, means to teach, to taught, to learn, to give the knowledge, to impart the knowledge. But The person who imparts the knowledge, who teaches us, she or he is known as teacher. It changed the class of the verb teach into a noun. So, what is the role of the word formation process in morphology? Means why we discuss the process of the word formation, why it is important, why we do not flout it, why we do not avoid it. So, the process of word formation examines that how several means how different words, how different expressions, how different lexemes are designed, are originated in a language. Secondly, the function of the word formation process is to observe that why, in what ways the process contains a combination of morphemes. What is morpheme? Morpheme is a minimal unit of the meaning which cannot be further divided, which are rule governed especially in creation of new words. Means ये कोई ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने कोई वर्ड जो है किसी भी लैंग्वेज के अंदर एलेबोरेट हो रहा है, डिज़ाइन हो रहा है, तो वो एक सडन है, एक एब्रप्ट और एक हैज़र्ड फिनोमेना है. नो, इट इज़ नॉट एट ऑल. ये एक स्ट्रक्चर्ड और एक प्रोसेस के थ्रू होता है जो कि जनरली गवर्न होते हैं, जो कि रूल गवर्न हम उसको कहते हैं. कि किसी लैंग्वेज के अंदर कोई नाउन है तो वो नाउन ही रहेगा, उसको हम चेंज नहीं कर सकते. लेकिन अगर हम चेंज करेंगे तो उसके लिए यही हम देखना चाहेंगे कि हाउ दे आर what are the principles and how we are able to change the class of the words or to originated word from one existing word to another word, and why we delete some words, why we add some words to create new words, novel utterances, novel words, novel expressions. So neologist means who created the vocabulary, who create the words, new lexeme. They study how words are originated, how words are createdly and newly created the word. So why neologists follow the process? Means why the neologist or why the creators of the new lexemes, new words avoid or flout the process or the processes of word formation frequently in the use of English language. मीन कि हम इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज की जो क्रिएशन ऑफ द वर्ड्स है, जो उनकी एलेबोरेशन है, उसके अंदर न्यूलॉजिस्ट जो हैं वो इस रूल को क्यों अवॉइड नहीं कर सकते, क्या रीज़न है, किस वजह से. तो ये सारा हमें कौन बताता है? द प्रोसेस ऑफ द formation of the words, the word formation process. So the role of the word formation process is crucial, is in each and every language, and as well as it is important in the English language. So word formation process can be taken or can be understood as a word can be formed through the change in the form. Whenever we create a new word, we change its form, we change its structure. How it happens? For instance, through the process of the fixation, as prefixes, as infixes, suffixes. So what are the prefixes? Prefixes are the actually those words which are put at the initial side of a free morpheme, and the suffixes, the words which are fitted at the end of the free morpheme or the base form. What are the infixes? Infixes are those words, so the bound morphemes which are put in between the free morpheme, and apart from the prefixes or in the suffixes. Means suffixes और infixes prefixes के साथ middle in between होता है, इसके साथ हम इनको infixes कहते हैं. But infixes are not frequent in the English morphology. Means it is now it is researched whether they are exist in English morphology or not. They exist in English morphology, but very less. They are very its use is very little bit it's used in English morphology. But the prefixes and the suffixes are very common, and their use is very common and frequent in English morphology like the other language. So word formation process symbolizes the process of creation or the invention of the new lexical units, of the new utterances, of the new words, of the new expressions. So in other words, we can say that we can design, we can formulate, we can form and make new words, new expressions, new lexemes through the process of word formation in English morphology or in morphology. So after discussing the nature of the word formation process, the importance of the word formation process, and how the word formation process takes place, means it takes place through the process of the fixation, which categorizes as prefixes as and suffixes. So here are few types through which we can form new words, which neologists can take help, and they assist. It assists them to create new words, new expressions. So what are the categories of those word formation process, and what are the types, and how they can categorize? Now we have to see it. So following are their ways and types of word formation in English morphology. First of all, what is compounding? Acronym, blending, clipping, conversion, back formation, bowing, coinage, inflection, and derivation. So these are the 9 to 10 and 10 to 11 types on the ways of the creation of the new words, new lexemes in the English morphology. But we have to see one by one these types and these ways, means how they are crucial, how they are important, how they are significant, and how they perform their role in the elaboration of the new words creation, the advancement of the new words, the development of the new words, how language can be expanded by creating novel words, novel expressions, novel lexemes, novel words, so on and so forth. So the first category is compounding. What is compounding? Compounding means when we join two separate, two individual words to organize, to develop or to produce a single form. It is known as compounding. Means जहाँ पर हम दो मुख्तलिफ free morphemes को इकट्ठा कर देते हैं, apart from the prefixes means im, un, and the suffixes as full, ness, ish. Apart from these forms, we take only two free morphemes, two base forms to combine a one word. For instance, the word whiteboard. Now, white is the impact, or it provides the impact and the image of a color scheme, but board is which is hard, which is designed to write, and which can be made from the plastic, it is made from the board, so on and so forth. So white and board, but we use it one and same time, whiteboard. We omit the difference between the white and the board. We combine it, white board. So there is an example in the language of the German, Lehen and word, but they can be combined to produce a new one word, is Lehen word. It is the exam. It shows, this example shows us that the process of the compounding and the process of the organization of the novel utterances, novel words, new expressions. It is not only exist in English morphology, but this process of the word formation exists as well in other languages like Urdu, like Punjabi, like German, like Hindi, Sraiki, so on and so forth. So here are some common examples which we can take for the effective understanding in English morphology. They can be known as the English compounds. So common English compounds may be noun plus noun, means एक noun और दूसरे noun को लेकर हम एक नया word बना सकते हैं. They can be compound adjectives. So first of all, we have to see that what is the noun plus noun compounding, and how we can make and organize the compounds by taking help or by combining a noun with another noun. So the word bookcase. So what happens over here? Book is a separate morpheme, is a free morpheme, and case is again a free morpheme. But we can combine it to organize one word, bookcase, and it provides the sense that it is a bookcase, means जहाँ पर हम books को save कर सकते हैं, book cupboard कह सकते हैं आप उनको, book किताबों की अलमारी कह सकते हैं आप उनको, अगर ट्रांसलेशन में हम इसको यूज़ करें तो. नेक्स्ट है जी डोर नॉब, clear. Then fingerprint. Finger is a one separate free morpheme, and print is again free morpheme, but it can be pronounced, it can be articulated as the fingerprint. Likewise, the next example is the sunburn. Sun is the name of the Suraj, or is the name of an separate phenomena. Burn, it is the sun and other entity. Clear? Now we can use it as a sunburn. So moving on, likewise the noun plus noun, we can create, we can form, we can design the other compounds by taking help with the adjectives like good looking and low paid. So these are the analogies, these are the examples through which we can understand that how we can combine, and how we can combine in the form of as the way or as the type of the compounding. Means I repeat it again, compounding is the such type of the word formation process in which we organized, we formed a new word by combining and by joining the two separate free morphemes, not bound morphemes, not prefixes, not infixes, but again I am saying that the two separate individual forms, two separate free morphemes, we can create compounding. We can create compounds through the process of the compounding. They can be noun plus noun and they can be adjective and adjective. So there are other rest of the rest of the types and the ways for the word formation process that will be discussed in our in our next class. So at that time you need to be take care of yourself, and you need to build up your interest and by taking the elements, by taking the contents, by taking the inventory of the English morphology. Up till now we have discussed nature of the morphology, types of the morphology, by discussing the free morpheme or the bound morpheme. So I hope you you guys are giving a proper time to your studies, because your mids are near and you have to be prepare those activities and those targets and those goals. So stay blessed. Goodbye.